Hello, you guys. Welcome to the With Fikayo podcast. If you are new, welcome here. And if you are a returning listener, welcome back. And thank you so much for having me in your ears. Hey, you guys, happy Saturday. So, I'm actually recording the same day that I'm posting this episode, which is weird, which is odd, but I feel like it's befitting for this specific episode because this is the last Saturday of the year. And not only do I get to express that sentiment, but I'm literally sitting in it. So, in this episode today, we are going to talk about the rebrand. We are going to talk about my 2025 accomplishments and also 2026 plans. This episode is going to be lots of fun. So, stay tuned. All right. So with the rebrand, if you are a returning listener, you'd have noticed that we are no longer at the table podcast, but we are with Fikayo podcast. And there's so many reasons why we decided to make this strategic shift. But one of the reasons is, well, it still kind of has that at the table feel, right? But what makes this podcast is that you're doing it with me, my tone, my voice, my perspective. So I wanted to put that forward more. And there is now a new cover as well. We're no longer going to do the green that I've been doing. We're kind of going to go into like a gray, a black, a red, a bit older, sophisticated. I really want this podcast to bloom and develop into a space for current leaders and also people who are growing in their leadership. And I feel like this new color scheme, this new name is a bit more sophisticated. It feels a bit more grown, and that's where we're trying to grow. So I'm excited about that. And also, the episodes are going to look a little different. I am still trying to stabilize. Y'all know I am a one man band for the most part. So we're still trying to stabilize. But I am going to do dilemmas. I would really like to do dilemmas. We'd really like to do like other segments as well. But with that comes the editing and the producing of the podcast and maintaining all of the pages and the social medias. So I want to make it simple enough to make me to be able to come on here easy, but also still be able to grow. So the podcast is going to look a little different in the next coming months, and it's going to be a little varied, but then we're going to stabilize with something. But we'll see. Just hang on with me. Keep listening to the episodes. Keep supporting. Keep liking. Keep starring. Keep rating. I appreciate it, and we'll get there. And if you have any commentary whatsoever, good, bad, indifferent, suggestions for me, things that I could probably do or look into, let me know, and I will take that into account. We are all growing here. It's not just me here, it's me and you as well. So, yeah. Okay. Okay, so now let's get to the next part of the podcast. And as I've mentioned, it is the last Saturday of the year. Isn't that crazy? I don't know about you guys, but for me, 2025 went by so fast. And I was like, there's no way that I cannot not make an episode today. And I was like, okay, what am I going to do? What am I going to talk about? And I remember I was seeing on TikTok, the girlies were buying those cakes and they were going around with their friends and doing like a yearly accomplishment cake, and then they were writing down their accomplishments for the year and then putting it on the cakes. And I thought that was just so beautiful for several reasons, but one, it signifies gratitude, like being able to look back, be reflective on the year, and be thankful for the things you did, no matter how little. It's just so beautiful. And aside from that as well, most of us are in our 20s. These are our building years. Although sometimes we didn't, I don't know, do the big goal, we did little things this year that amounted to big things. And I wanted to be able to bring that same reflective spirit to this podcast as well. So I'll be sharing 5 of my 2025 accomplishments and things that I'm really proud of this year. And I hope that as I'm sharing mine, you're also thinking about yours. My first accomplishment that I wanted to talk about this year is turning 25. If you know me, you know that 25 has always been a very big year for me in my head. And even before I had turned 25, I had ideas, I had thoughts, I had goals of who I wanted 25-year-old Fikayo to be and the accomplishments and the goals and the things that I wanted her to be able to have had as well. And I am just so proud of myself looking back in time and seeing how much I've grown from whenever my consciousness begins up until now, and seeing how hard I fought for myself, for my academics, for me. And I am so proud that this year, with everything that came with this year as well, I'm able to be as reflective as I am and see just how well I've done, and how far I've been able to bring myself. All right, so next is, well, the most recent celebration that I've been celebrating, and it is my MBA. I graduated my MBA last week, as you guys know, and I'm just so proud of myself. I didn't think that I would be going back to school, much less getting an MBA, but here I am on the other side of the degree, and I'm just so happy to see like my resilience. I'm happy to see how hard I was able to fight for what I wanted, and also the transformation that I went through, even just going through the MBA program, and really in all the years of my schooling. It's so funny. I think last week, right after the graduation, I took a nap, and I realized that this was the first nap that I've had in many, 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 many years where I didn't have to think about school or what was next. And I was like, wow, that is crazy. I think I've been schooling for maybe about 20 plus years now. Insane. So I'm really excited, and I'm really happy and proud of myself of this MBA. Okay, so my next accomplishment is I got a new job this year, which I am so, so proud of myself because, well, if you are job hunting, or you are like looking for a new job, or you're trying to make a new pivot, it's not easy. You have to be intentional about it. And I mean, I'm just so happy that I was able to get something in this climate. So that's another accomplishment that I'm happy for. Another as well is I live in a new city. So not only was I able to get a new job, but I completely relocated in the year of 2025 to a place that I had never been to, sight unseen. And I did it partially by myself. I only did it with my mom and my sister. And that's it. And once they left after 2 days, it was au revoir, figure it out. And I'm so, so proud of myself that I did figure it out. I have found a little community down there. I'm stable. I have my apartment. I have a church. I have a church that I like, and I love the people that are there. And I figured out my people. And that accomplishment, it seems very like not much, but it's huge for me because like it's one of those things that just show you that you can do it, you can work hard, you can figure it out, you can be in a place where you've never ever been before, and nobody in your generation has stepped a foot in, and you can figure it out, you can do well. So that's one accomplishment. And my last accomplishment is new love. And not only romantic relationships, but a lot of my friendships were further solidified this year. New babies were born. And it just reminds you again of how beautiful, or reminds me, I guess, of how beautiful life can be and how sweet life can be. And 2025, I guess, ultimately was just very, very sweet to me. She was very nice. She was kind. She cradled me. She taught me hard lessons. She sure did. But she also held me and filled me in ways that I could have never imagined. So I look forward to 2026. And in 2026, I have given myself 3 main words. And those 3 words are discipline, direction, and depth. And that would be discipline, direction, and depth in 5 main focus areas that I've given myself as well. And the first one being my relationship with myself and God. Number 2 being friendships and love. Number 3 being my physical fitness. Number 4 being my career and learning. And then number 5 being my content creation. If anything does not fall into those 5 main like buckets, I have decided that I don't want anything to do with it. And again, I am very strict on myself, and I try, and again, discipline is one of the words, right? And these are the 5 areas that I am telling myself that I am willing to be disciplined in. If anything else comes into my life that doesn't fall under these 5 areas, then I don't have the bandwidth for it. We will talk more about 2026 plans and things that I want to do later, probably in the next episode. But this is just it's just a quick look at what 2026 is going to look like for me. And I hope that as I've spoken about my 2025 accomplishments, you've also thought about yours. And please comment yours down below. And then if I get enough, I will read them out on the podcast next week. And also, I hope you're doing the same thing with the 2026 plans. As I was talking about my words and what my plan is going to be, I hope that you're just thinking about yours as well. Just so that also, before next year comes, we can hit the ground running as soon as possible. And if you'd like to share, you can share those as well. If you don't want to, no problem, no pressure. You don't have to, but I hope that you are thinking about it. I think this is the end of the pod, y'all. I love you so much. Again, thank you so much for having me in your ears. You can follow the podcast at with Fikayo. You can follow me at Fikayo with 2 eyes. And yeah, I will see you guys next week. DM me if you need anything. Okay, goodbye.